Can you imagine gulping down something as big as you are? I'm not talking about food, but rather objects. Strange, non-edible objects. Snakes can do this. Today we're going down a slithery, slippery path to uncover the most bizarre items that snakes have ever swallowed. It's weird, it's astonishing, but it's science. Or should we say, natural history gone wrong? It's not just living organisms or tangible objects that snakes find irresistible. In a bizarre incident, a snake swallowed an electric blanket. The snake, likely attracted by the warmth emanating from the blanket, mistook it for prey and proceeded to devour it. Just imagine the X-ray, wires and all. Veterinarians had to perform intricate surgery to extract the blanket and repair the damaged innards of the snake. What makes this case particularly interesting is that it highlights the sensory elements that motivate a snake to eat: heat and texture. The electric blanket offered a unique combination of both, leading the snake into an awkward and potentially life-threatening dining experience. Now, what happens when a snake, in a fit of predatory confusion, swallows another snake? Yes, you heard that right. There are documented cases where large snakes have ingested smaller snakes, creating a real-life representation of the Ouroboros, the ancient symbol depicting a serpent eating its own tail. This phenomenon is puzzling, not just because of the interspecies implications, but also because it gives us a peek into snake behavior and psychology. Are they so guided by instinct and the scent of flesh that they disregard the notion of cannibalism? Eggs are a common prey for many snake species, but what happens when a snake mistakes a golf ball for an egg? Believe it or not, this has happened more than once. Snakes navigate their world through a combination of scent and tactile sensations. Golf balls, particularly those that have been left out in the elements, can accumulate odors that are intriguing to a snake. Add to that the egg-like shape, and you've got a recipe for a gastronomic blunder. Extracting a golf ball from a snake is no small feat, often requiring surgical intervention. It's a confounding occurrence that not only speaks to the snake's sensory limitations, but also opens up questions about how human activity and the objects we leave behind can inadvertently impact the animal kingdom. But golf balls aren't the only spherical objects that have fooled snakes. Ceramic eggs, often used by farmers to encourage hens to lay more eggs, have also found their way into snake stomachs. The faux eggs, designed to mimic the size, shape, and color of real eggs, are indeed good mimics, so good that they can even deceive a snake. The ceramic material presents a unique challenge, as it's much harder to digest compared to biological material. So when a snake swallows one of these, it's a hen's dilemma turned into a snake's nightmare. This poses ethical questions as well. Should humans intervene to save a snake that has unwittingly ingested a ceramic object, or let nature take its course? The ceramic egg incident illustrates just how our human-made objects can affect wildlife in unintended ways, causing us to reconsider our interactions with the animal kingdom. Now, if you thought ceramic eggs were bizarre, wait until you hear about the snake that swallowed kitchenware. Yes, kitchen utensils like forks and even knives have been found inside some snakes. These items, often covered in food residues, can attract snakes through their scent, while the snake's incredibly flexible jaw and digestive acids are built to handle a variety of prey. Metal kitchenware is a different story altogether. Imagine the astonishment of veterinarians who discover a fork or knife on an X-ray of a snake. These extreme cases require surgical removal and make us wonder about the limitations of a snake's sensory apparatus. Can they not discern the difference between organic and inorganic materials based purely on touch? It's another head-scratching instance where the world of the cold-blooded intersects with human civilization in the most unexpected ways. When it comes to adventurous eating, few situations pose as much of a quagmire as a snake swallowing a porcupine. Spiky on the outside, but presumably soft on the inside, a porcupine can seem like an attractive prey. However, swallowing one is a complicated affair. The porcupine's quills are designed to embed themselves deeper when moved, which can lead to catastrophic consequences for a snake that tries to make a meal out of it. Some snakes have been found dead, with porcupine quills protruding from their insides, a chilling example of how the snake's usually impeccable prey swallowing mechanism can horribly backfire. This unsettling paradox poses questions about the risk-taking behavior in the animal kingdom. Why would a snake even consider a porcupine as a potential meal? Do snakes make errors of judgment, or are these desperate measures for desperate times? It's a quandary that challenges our understanding of animal instincts. If a porcupine sounds extreme, consider the audacity of a snake that attempts to swallow an alligator. The swampy regions where large snakes like pythons and anacondas reside often overlap with alligator territory. And while alligators are apex predators, they aren't always at the top of the food chain. In some extraordinary instances, large constrictor snakes have been observed attacking, suffocating, and attempting to swallow alligators. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario, one where the snake, if successful, wouldn't need to eat for a very long time. However, the alligator's tough, scaly hide and powerful muscles make it a risky meal, not to mention its potential for post-mortem revenge. That's right, there have been instances where the alligator, after being swallowed, has clawed its way out, leading to the demise of both creatures. It's a spectacle that seems more suited to a horror film than a nature documentary. A grim reminder of the unforgiving rules of the animal kingdom. Imagine lounging at the beach sunbathing when suddenly your beach towel goes missing, swallowed by a snake. While this may sound like a scenario concocted in the realms of fiction, there are actual documented cases of snakes swallowing beach towels. Generally, large pythons and boas, which can expand their jaws considerably, are the culprits. Now, why would a snake find a beach towel appetizing? The theory is that the smell of food or human scent on the towel might trick the snake into thinking it's a delicious meal. The textile threads might also mimic the texture of natural fibers that some snakes consume for digestion aid. Once swallowed, however, the towel offers no nutritional value and can cause serious digestive issues for the snake. Instances like these often end up requiring veterinary intervention, including surgery to remove the non-digestible object. It's a bizarre blend of human leisure and animal instincts, colliding in the most unexpected ways. Australia, the land of curious and exotic wildlife, brings us to our next example. A snake that bit off more than it could chew, quite literally, when it tried to swallow a kangaroo. Now, kangaroos are not small animals. Even a juvenile can weigh more than 20 pounds, standing upright on powerful hind legs equipped with strong clawed feet. The anatomy of a kangaroo, from its robust musculature to its formidable tail, makes it a particularly challenging prey for any predator. But that didn't deter some audacious snakes who saw an opportunity for a high-calorie meal. The physics of this predatory act are almost inconceivable. How does a snake manage to stretch its jaw and body to accommodate such a large, awkwardly shaped meal? Even more mind-boggling is the amount of time and energy the snake would need to digest something like a kangaroo. The gamble is huge, and the stakes are even higher. Should the snake fail to properly subdue and digest its marsupial meal, the consequences could be fatal. It's a lesson in the extremes of predatory ambition, illustrating that even in the animal kingdom, sometimes one's eyes can be bigger than one's stomach, or in this case, one's entire body. You're out in the garden, tilling soil and planting seeds. You take off your gloves for a moment to wipe your brow, and when you reach back to pick them up, gone. If you're lucky, you might just find them coiled up inside a snake. Believe it or not, snakes swallowing garden gloves is not an entirely uncommon occurrence, but what could possibly possess a snake to consume something as inedible and unappetizing as a garden glove? One possibility is that the gloves smell like soil and small mammals. Snakes possess a highly developed sense of smell, facilitated by their Jacobson's organ, which allows them to detect even the faintest scent molecules. To a snake, a dirt and sweat-soaked glove might just smell like a burrow filled with delicious rodents. Another theory suggests that the snake might mistake the glove for another snake during mating season. Snakes are known for their curious mating rituals, which often involve intertwining their bodies. A glove with its finger compartments might resemble the form of a fellow snake to an amorous but ultimately misguided serpent. Once swallowed, the glove would expand, filling the snake's digestive tract and potentially leading to fatal complications. Surgical intervention is often the only way to rescue a snake in such predicaments. It's an instance that serves as a cautionary tale for both humans and snakes. For humans, it underscores the importance of cleaning up after ourselves, especially in natural habitats. For snakes, it's a stark reminder that not everything that smells like food is good to eat. Last but not least, one snake decided to have a light meal, literally. A snake swallowed a whole light bulb. The perplexing X-rays looked like something out of a sci-fi film. Fortunately, through surgical intervention, the light bulb was successfully removed. This raises questions about the snake's sensory perception. Clearly, it didn't see the light in the way we would have expected. There you have it, a compendium of curious, jaw-dropping and sometimes horrifying instances where snakes have swallowed objects, animals and artifacts that boggle the human mind. It offers a window into the world of instinct versus decision-making in the animal kingdom. And frankly, it's puzzling. And as always, thanks for watching.